we were discussing in the chapter 1 about business and what is the way of an organization can be established in detail. Now we are going to understand the different ways and forms of its organization. Moving forward, first see what are all the different forms of organization. Forms of organization. First one is sole proprietor. Next one is partnership company. Partnership. Next, joint stock. Joint Hindu unlimited family. Next one is cooperative society. Then next one is joint stock company. These are all the forms of organization. Now let us start with the sole proprietor. Today we are going to discuss with the sole proprietor topic. Now let us get into the topic. Each one of it has its own merits and demerits, and we are going to understand each firms in the forthcoming classes. So understand through we can understand through the live example. We will see what is merits and demerits, and also we will be discussing the features, advantages and disadvantages, features and characteristics of a sole proprietor. Now let us start an example, live example. Before starting, let me discuss I will tell you an example. A person, Maheshwari, a name called Maheshwari. She is a young graduate. She is going to inherit the money of rupees 1 lakh rupees by way of savings. She is thinking of starting a small business. What form of ownership, organization will she choose, and also what kind of business she can choose? You can think and tell me. A person called Maheshwari, she is having the capital of rupees 1 lakh. So she is going to start the business. What kind of business? So I will tell you a meaning of the sole proprietor. Business managed and controlled by single individual. She is a single individual. She is going to handle the business. She is going to control the business. So that name of business is called sole proprietor. Will you be able to understand? So now today we are going to discuss with the sole proprietor. Sole proprietor means what? Sole proprietor is a sole proprietorship it does not have much legal formalities. And another one thing, the sole proprietor. Sole proprietor. Proprietor we have studied in the accounts we have studied. Sole means one, isn't it? Proprietor means owner. Only one owner, or we call it as only owner. One owner, or call it as only owner. She is alone the owner of the business. That is called sole proprietor. Will you be able to understand? Let me move on to the next topic. It is suitable for small business, and also it is a personalized service. Sole proprietorship is a personalized service. As I said already, it is suitable for all business. Here Maheshwari started her business with how many rupees? Small amount of capital, isn't it? She does not invest huge amount of capital, meager amount. Within 1 lakh rupees, she has started the business. So, she started the business, it could be one-man show. And also, what she can do based on this, she will have the customer, she can do the one-on-one service. She can have the customer she will serve the customer. She is having some customer, isn't it? For her business, she is having a customer. The customer, how she will deal? One-on-one dealing. That is advantages of sole proprietor. So she can directly visit the customer and she can take care, she will do the customer service. So that is the only possibility. Next one, we can understand the definitions. Let me see the definition. By seeing the definition, we can know more detail about this sole proprietor topic. Now, let us have, through this definition, let me have very clear idea about the sole proprietor. So, sole proprietor is a type of business unit. Sole trader is a type of business unit where persons is solely responsible for providing the capital, for bearing the risk, for what? Of the enterprises, risk of the enterprises, management of the business. So, here in this the entire definition come into your mind, sole proprietor. So, sole trader, what to do? It is a business unit. He is solely responsible for his profit and loss. Both the one, he is the one key person responsible for his business, and he is going to provide capital for his business, and he is going to take risk for his business, manage the business. He is going to control and take decision of his business. So this is a definition given by J.L. Hansen. In your book it is given. Now let me explain the another definition. Explain another definition which is given in your book. The definition given by author Wheeler. Sole proprietor is that form of business organization which is controlled by a single individual. Who is controlling? Here example I said no. So Maheshwari alone is controlling. She is the owner of the business. So this business form is called sole proprietor. And she receives all the profit. Who is going to receive the profit? The owner of the business, sole proprietor is going to receive the profit, and the same risk all of his property, and also whether the business is success also depends upon her and failure. Everything depends upon the enterprise's success and failure depends upon the hands of the Maheshwari. So, both the definition, what it says, the individual proprietorship is in the form of business organization, who is at the head of which stands, she is a head. An individual as one who is responsible. She is alone responsible for her business, who directs its operations and who alone can take the risk and also risk of failure and also the success of the enterprises. Everything depends upon the sole proprietor hand. Then come to let us see about the characteristics of sole proprietorship. This is how the definition, remember, the highlighted through the highlighted words, you can remember the concept of sole trader, sole proprietorship. Now let me explain the features of sole proprietorship. Owners by one man. So it is a one-man show. One-man show means this is owned by a single person, isn't it? So the sole proprietor contributes the required capital. He is not only the owner, and also he is a manager of the entire affairs. So he has to right to run the business, and also he can take the decision. Then next one is freedom of work and quick decision. Since the individual is himself as a owner, the owner is an individual person, so he no need to consult with anybody else. Hence, he can take quick decision because he don't want to wait approval of another person decision. So he can take a quick decision, and it is also said, what is that? He can capitalize the business opportunities. So he can enjoy freedom and capitalize on opportunities. He is the only person, so he can take quick decision of the concern, and if he need any good opportunities comes, he does not want to wait for any approval of other person. He can capitalize on the opportunities. Then next one is unlimited liability. Unlimited liability here, this is very important. For example, you can take Maheshwari. Already we have discussed the same example. She is not doing business. She is not doing the business well. So what was the problem happen? That is, the problem is the business goes on loss. So she decides to, what will happen? Wind up the company, wind up the business. Before that, she has to give to the creditors. Creditors means you have learned, isn't it? Who are all creditors? Those who give money to our concern. For them, they are called as a creditors. So, for example, she has to pay to the creditors of rupees 80,000 rupees. But she is having the cash of rupees 50,000 rupees. What she is going to do for remaining 30,000 rupees? Anyhow, her business is going on loss. Yet she has to give the liability. Liability means the obligation to pay. That is called liability. Anyhow, she has to pay to the creditors. So, in that situation, her personal asset also will come to the business. So, in such case, she has to bear the losses from the personal income. That is called unlimited liability. Then next come to no legal formalities. Here, in this is a very small business, isn't it? So, it is very easy to form the organization, sole proprietor. And there is no such legal formalities or any license want to get, and also no separate law in this sole proprietor. And also it is easy to form, and also the same thing, it is easy to close the concern also. If he don't want to continue the concern, better she can dispose, or she can sell to other business people, and she can wind up the business. That is no legal formalities. The absence of government policy is no. Then next one, sole risk bearer and profit recipient. Here, this is where sole recipient, that means what? Suppose he is, for this I have told, her business is going on loss. See, think another situation. Always it is not a loss, no. Any one day the coin has two sides. Like that, loss may come, profit may come, business, something will happen. In one case, in a month, in 1 month she has secured a profit of rupees 1 lakh. So, she is going to get 1 lakh profit in his business. for the whole year means that Maheshwari alone is going to enjoy all the profit. He does not going to share the profit to any other person. So sole risk also. Suppose is there any risk, loss will happen 1 lakh rupees. So that's a risk and profit. Both the one is going to share by, is going to meet by the sole person only. Next one is no separate entity. Entity means already you have studied, isn't it? In the what is that? In the accounts we will study entity means business premises. Here owner and the business concern is not the different. Both are same. Because sole proprietor concern, the sole trading concern comes to an end with, when will come? It will come to the end with whether there is any accident or any death or any disability, or the proprietor will become insane. Insane means there is no mentally retarded, and the insolvency of an individual. That it will come as a, it will bring a no separate entity. And also owner is not different from the entity also. Owner and entity is inseparable, both are same. Then quick decision already we have seen. Quick decision means whatever the decision she can made, it is easy to, she don't want to consult with others, she can take her own decision by her own decision because she is the only owner of the concern. Next of secrecy. She don't want, she has to maintain the confidential of information. The sole proprietor is not necessary to show the books of accounts not to the public. Like whereas in a business organization like company, form of business, joint stock company means we have to reveal the business of position, financial position of the business to the public. Whereas in case of sole proprietorship, it is not in the case. So she can maintain the business secrecy. This problem is not bound by the law to publish firm's account. It is not going to, she can maintain the secrecy of her business. Whether she is having loss, whether she is having a profit, whatever it may be, she can maintain the secrecy of the business. Then next one is control over the business. Right to run and to make all decisions, everything is come to, it is up to her hand only. She is going to control the business. A sole proprietor has the entire control to run his business, and he will be making all the decision making, control and decision making. That is also the features of sole proprietorship. The next one is, already we have seen no separate entity, business and business owner are same, responsible for all activities of the business. So here, the next one, quick decision, everything we have seen. Then come to the advantages and disadvantages. Now let us see the advantages and disadvantages of sole proprietorship. Here, small amount of capital is very required. As well as the specific advantage of sole proprietorship, he can start the business with a small amount of capital. Here, the disadvantages, only disadvantages is limited capital alone he have. It is because he is the only person who is going to contribute the capital, and also business operation has necessarily to be a limited scale. It is not possible to extend his business. It is impossible to give more enhancement to the business. Next one is here easy formation. It is no legal formality, there is no red tapeism, and also there is no here absence of government. In this easy formation of the, there is no legal formality or easy formation. Easy formation, it is very easy to, as I said earlier, it is very easy to form the business unit, and also it is very easy want to run the business, you can run the business, or else similarly if you don't want to continue the business, you can sell the business and move on from the business. You see formation, there is no legal formalities. Here limited managerial skill. Here in the sense limited managerial skills, the person, the sole proprietor, he wants to manage, he is the only person look after the banking transaction, and also he has to supply the goods to the customer, and also if you want to go if you want to go to bank or any business related activities, if you want to meet any customer, he must shut down the business premises. No other way. So that particular period of, then only he can move from the business. He can move from the business premises, no? So then only he can do that kind of activities. So that period of duration, for example, he wants to go to the bank by 10 o'clock and he will be coming back to the business premises by 11:45. So that 1 hour the business premises will be shut down. So that 1 hour business will be spoiled for him. So that is, it is a one-man army, one-man show. So it is very difficult to manage all the field. Then next one, intensive work too hard. He is the only person, he don't want to share the profit to anybody else. So maximum intensive, he will be receiving the maximum intensive. He is going to take entire profit, whatever the profit, the 1 lakh profit or 2 lakhs profit, entire profit he is going to get. And it induces to work tirelessly and ceaselessly. He will, because it is a sense of accomplishment. So he can get the personal satisfaction also. And next one is this sense is a sense of source for accomplishment. So nowadays most of the person don't like to work up to 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock. So you are doing a business, you are doing a job for your own purpose. For his own purpose he is doing a job. So he will get more satisfaction. Job satisfaction will be there. You can get more satisfaction, and the return for the risk is the profit. The next one, lack of specialization. Because what is the capital? Limited capital. Within the limited capital, is it possible to employ all the experts in the different field? No, it is impossible to give, because different field, different specialized people, we have to pay more. Within this limited capital, it is impossible to employ all the experts. So that is the disadvantages. Then credit standing. Why it is credit standing means anybody will give money to the sole proprietor, because his personal assets also, it is liable to his any liability companies, his personal he can bear the liability with his personal asset. So that is called credit standing. That is the advantages. So he can get the money for the business rotation. And here unlimited liability. Already I have told you an example, unlimited liability. That what is the example I have told you? He is going to run a business of rupees 1 lakh rupees. He is going to get for example, he is going to see in which circumstances unlimited liability will come. If the business is not doing well, if she is not doing well, in that case only the unlimited liability will come. What was the problem will happen? The business will went on loss. So he decides to what he will decide? He decides to wind up the concern. So before that he has to give payment to the creditor. So what already he wants to give creditor 1 lakh rupees, whereas he is having the rupees of 80,000 rupees. Remaining 20,000 rupees out of his personal assets, personal income, he has to bear the risk. That is called unlimited liability. Then come to personal contact with the customer. He must and how we have to maintain the relationship with each and every customer, what is their need, in which time we have to provide the product, everything he know. So because why he is having the personal contact with the customer. And here the disadvantages is because of that reason he can earn more money. And here disadvantages is hasty decision. Why he is a hasty decision? Because the decision is taken by himself alone. Suppose if he discuss with any person, the view of the somebody will view in some other angle. So nobody, he is the only person. Sole proprietor is more. He is not concerned with all the other person. So in some other cases he doesn't know to take the decision, means very few reasons he will take a hasty decision. Hasty decision means what? If the very good opportunity is he can get, somebody is coming and giving rupees 1 lakh rupees, you can do this, start this business for me. But he is telling, no, I don't have this kind of missionaries, so it is impossible for me to do this. So he refused to capitalize an opportunity. In very not all the situations, some other situation he can take a hasty decision. This is the kind of disadvantages. And another one is advantages of only one thing is flexibility. The sole trader is easily adjust himself in the according to the business environment. He can adjust with the business people. That is called flexible. Flexibility means whatever the customers are giving me, whatever the preference and taste of the customer, depending upon the demand of the customer, depending upon the new trend, new variety, new technology, depending upon the market condition, the technology side, he can change himself. That is called the sole proprietorship advantages. So we have discussed what are all the things we have discussed about the definitions, what is the meaning of sole proprietor, and we have discussed 2 definitions and also features of sole proprietor, advantages and disadvantages we have discussed. So learn this lesson thoroughly. This is very interesting lesson. This is the basic form of organization. Just we have started in the form of organization. This is the basic. Then let us move on to the next chapter, partnership. Thank you, girls.